In this ukulele video, we're going to answer the biggest question that people ask, and that is, should I play my ukulele without or with an ukulele strap? Hi, I'm Terry Carter. Welcome to ukelikethepros. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate all your support and also appreciate you hitting that subscribe button and turning on that bell notification. So in this video, we're going to talk about should you play with or without a strap. And it doesn't matter if you're playing a soprano, concert, tenor, baritone, or even some kind of strange shape like the tiny tenor from Mira's creation or the Pops Pineapple Sundae. So I'm going to give you my opinion on playing with or without a strap. I'm going to give you the advantages or disadvantages of both, but I'd love to hear from you. So leave a comment below. Do you use a strap or not? And then if you do you do one strap button and tie it to the headstock, or you do the double strap buttons? And don't worry, if you don't understand what that means, I'm going to go over that as well. So, all right, so let's check this out. I generally play with a strap. But I have so many ukuleles that not every single one of my ukuleles has a strap. I just find, especially when I'm doing my videos and when I'm playing, especially if I'm standing up, I find playing with a strap a lot more comfortable. It puts my hands in a lot better position. And look at that, I'm free. I don't have to worry about my ukulele falling if I let go of it. So I do like it, but there are some advantages and disadvantages of each. So let me start with the soprano that I have here. So we're going to start with this Gibson soprano that I got from Ukulele Ray. Rest in peace. What a great guy, and I do appreciate and honor having an ukulele from his collection. Now, this one is a vintage one, but a lot of the instruments that I have here are either from my personal collection or available at the #1 store online. That is store.ukelikethepros.com. Now, the soprano, because it's such a small size, it's actually fairly easy to hold. So it's not that big. Plus, if you add strap buttons, my personal suggestion is I would just add a strap button on the back. I'll show you what that is exactly, and probably tie one here. But again, these are so small. I generally, when I'm playing the soprano, I'm doing mainly strumming. And when you're just strumming, just holding the ukulele without any strap is actually fairly simple. Now, when we move up to a bigger size like the concert, this one is actually Aloha. This is a KCO-10S. This is their spruce top with solid acacia sides and back. Now these, as they get a little bigger, you can still hold them, but they start to get a little bit bigger. And so this is where I would be on the fence really. It's like, yeah, should I use a strap? Depends what I'm doing, because I find strumming okay. What I find challenging without a strap is when you start doing some finger picking. Now, I actually played that pretty well without a strap, but I find that a little bit challenging when you start doing more complex finger picking or soloing stuff up and down the neck. For me, when I don't have a strap, I find that a little bit more challenging. Now, I know there's guys that do it. One of my good buddies, Andrew Molina, total master playing without a strap. Tenor side, he can do all kinds of crazy stuff without a strap. So I think it's something you could develop over time. But for me, again, when I'm playing, especially the bigger instruments, the concerts, the tenor, I do like a strap. All right, so let's talk about this is my #1, my Aloha tenor mango. This is a KTM-00MG for the mango. I usually play koas, but this one has been my #1 lately if you've been seeing my videos. Now, I do use a strap almost all the time when I'm playing my tenor ukuleles. Now, what I do for them, by the way, this is a custom strap that I had made for me. You can see it has Carter right there on it. Now, since I have pickups in most of my ukuleles, especially the ones that I use for recording, the way it happens here is I have the pickup is right here, and then the strap, it just goes right over the pickup. So the pickup jack here, this is where you plug the cord in. This actually acts as a strap button right there. Now, generally what I do on my tenors is I actually just tie it right here to the headstock, and you can see that right here. Just have a piece of leather, and it just ties right here to the headstock. This puts the ukulele in a nice balanced position for me. I can play without my hands, and when I'm ready to play again, it's right there for me. Now, can you place a strap button somewhere else? And you can. And do they have straps that don't need a strap button? that is true as well, and I'll talk about that just in a second. But let's move on to the baritone. All right, so I got my baritone. This is my personal baritone. This is the Guitarlele K1B, the best baritones made, in my personal opinion. It's what I use in all my videos. Now, you're going to notice, yes, I do have a pickup in here. Well, it's behind the strap here, so I'm using that here. But instead of tying it to the headstock, what I've actually done here is I put a strap button, the second strap button, right here, right underneath the neck. By the way, this area right here is what we call the butt, or sometimes the back, or the bout. And then this would be considered underneath the neck, or the heel is the official term for it. So what I do is I put it here on the heel, and the reason is because this is such a bigger instrument. You're getting, it's not as big as a guitar by any means, but as you get to the bigger instruments, the balance is better, for me at least, having the strap attached here and here, as opposed to having the strap attached up here to the headstock. So for me, this sits really nice for me when I play. All right, so you're gonna say, well, yeah, Terry, it's great because you have pickups in all yours, but what about if you don't have a pickup? I'm gonna answer that right now. All right, so I had to use an excuse to get my Gibson. This is my vintage arch top out. Now, if you wanna get a strap button installed, it basically looks something like this. You're gonna put a strap button right here on the back, and then, like I said, you have the option, do you put a strap button here? Again, this is called the heel, or do you tie it to the headstock? And both ukulele guitar players, they do both. Sometimes they have a strap button here, and sometimes, especially the folk singers, they have the strap up here. So really kind of your choice. Now, are there other straps out there that you can use that you don't need strap buttons? There are. Let me talk about that right now. All right, so let's say you have an instrument like this. This, by the way, is absolutely stunning. This is a Pop's Pineapple Sunday. This is a special edition. I think there was only a couple of these made. I was very honored when Pops gave this to me. But, well, let me play, and then I'll talk about the strap you can use. All right, so I would not put a strap button on this instrument. You could do it, even though this is a curved piece. It's all one piece of wood, and there is a block behind there. You could put a strap button, but I wouldn't. So I would either choose one to play without a strap, or to have these straps. And I actually don't have one here to show you, but let me show you the concept. It basically just wraps around your neck, and it wraps around here, and it just latches on right here into the sound hole. Now, I remember my guitar teacher when I was in community college. He was a classical guitar player. Classical guitar players do not put strap buttons on their guitar. It's a true classical guitar player, because most of them are really expensive. But he would teach on this classical, and he would have that. He would just have the strap, which went around his neck, wrapped around the instrument, and then just went right here. Now, those do work. You don't have to, no drilling or anything like that. But the problem with that is that if you let go, bam, guess what? That instrument's falling forward. So even though that strap works, and you do see some great guys doing that, you have to hold your instrument the entire time. So that's something that I personally don't like, but some people like it. And again, you don't have to use any drilling or anything like that if you want to use a strap. All right, so now the question is, do you or do you not use a strap when you're playing? Well, obviously it's the personal choice. I like using a strap. It helps me, especially when I'm doing, I like it even strumming, but especially if I'm doing finger picking, soloing, some more complex stuff up the neck, it definitely helps me having a strap on. Now, it's not required, but even shapes like the tiny tenor, you can get strap buttons. You can get one here. You can even get one on the heel here, or you can also tie it up here. So totally your choice. What do you like? So I've been telling you about what I like, some of the differences. Do you use a strap? Do you not use a strap? I recommend it, but again, some people don't, and some people do. So anyway, let me know in that comments below. So anyway, I appreciate you being here. Hopefully you learned a little bit of something. If not, maybe you saw some cool ukuleles and even a cool guitar in this video. So anyway, that should help answer that question. Do you play with or without a strap? I do both. I would prefer a strap. What do you think? Leave that comment below. Thanks for being here. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on that bell notification, all right? So I appreciate you being here again. All this stuff, if you want something like one of these ukuleles, store.ukelikethepros.com. And if you're ready to come join the Ukelikethepros Nation and become a great ukulele player and join a fantastic worldwide community, ukelikethepros.com for all my courses. All right, that's going to do it, and we'll see you in the next one.